we're in our court today. You can see. I hope you guys can see. So I traced the file. That case that Yomi actually took to court. Before I give you the details of this whole stuff they did, because we have to expose them. Can you guys see? Is it very legible? So we made an application. I made an application for the search of this court file. Let me see if the original letter can be visible so that you can see that. This is the original letter. I don't know why. Can you guys see? So then we made the application today, and I was allowed to, so we made the application. I applied to see if truly the case file is there. And when I made the application, we made the right payment to court, and the case file was given to me. And lo and behold, I can tell you all for free that the order that Yomi actually got, inside the court file, I cannot see where there was service to us, to any of us. I did not see where the judge actually ruled for substituted service. Nothing is in the case file. The only thing is the affidavit that they put in there, and then the second affidavit to actually request for that motion. And they kept in maybe a flash, which has not even been opened, as evidence, stating that the woman even lied in that suit that I was threatening her life. She lied and said that I called her son a bastard. She would have to come and prove it, because I saw nothing there. You have to come and prove it. She said I threatened her life. I was making broadcasts that was a threat to her life. And from my own research, of the 2 times they've been to that court, the woman was not even there. She was not there. But she lied. And what she even brought, now I'm going to first and foremost trash that nonsense that was, kept in my name in that court. They were trying to deceive and cajole the judge into that kind of decision, and I've said my own bit. What they did in courts, though, is a civil matter, but what they are trying to do is loyalty. It's not a case that they're actually serious about, because in that file, there was nowhere they served any of us who are there and talk kò sí kankan wa tí ó show evidence pé wọ́n serve wa, and that judgment tẹ̀rí tó filter lórí social media was meant to be delivered to us by the court bailiff. Because if these same people claim that they cannot reach us, It is the bailiff that should be able to explain to the judge, I tried to serve these people this judgment, I couldn't get them, and the judge will give an order for substituted service. But that case file, there was nothing like substituted service order there. They cannot just go to court when the other participants are not there. They fake it that they serve them, they couldn't serve them, and they give judgment, they hold on to the judgment, and they say the judgment should start. That is extreme wickedness and abuse of court process. It's a criminal, it's even a high standard corruption. Terrible corruption for that matter. But that case, that stuff is going to be thrown out. Because that level of corruption is unacceptable. I was in that court today. They said it was my lawyer that should come. I said, the lawyer does not need to come for this one. It's me that I will come. And I will make the application. And I applied officially before the court to the magistrate, and that the file should be given to me until we call against me at Awatoku. I want to see it. First and foremost, Nigerians, there was no pre-action notice. There was nowhere. I did not receive anything. Maybe Buki Jesse received something. Maybe Baba Mohbad received. Maybe the Adewale received the pre-action notice. But me, Yomi Fabiyi, which I am very available everywhere, I did not receive anything. And then they went to the same court to act as if we have been served, and they asked us to apologize or to retract our statement we didn't, that is why they are coming to the court. And that after they've applied for the case to go on trial, since time is not on their side, then they have to, again, they have to seek. So, ètè àtọgbọ́n tó dání yẹn, terrible, serious corruption. So while they even made application for the motion exparte, let's assume they approached the judge behind us for that one. This is a court order, court ruling. It is a court bailiff that is meant to serve us. I went into the case file. I did not see where the court bailiff said, I looked for these people, I couldn't serve them. So I have to, my lord, I am requesting for alternative service. And the judge would have to give a ruling and say, okay, since you did not see any of these people, you can now serve them on national newspaper or their email or their WhatsApp, or post it in front of their houses. There was no ruling like that in that case file. So naturally, it's like that thing is not even making any sense yet. But we will have to come. The case has been adjourned to the 10th, by normal procedure. Then we'll be in that court. I want to see face to face that lawyer. Lawyer tó ní kíní tó máa ń tẹ̀lé Wùmí yẹn kiri yẹn, orúkọ ẹ̀ ni mo rí bẹ́ẹ̀. It is now very important that we see face to face. So it's game on. Nigerians, these are the normal procedure this justice for Mohbad should have taken. Because after all this, there's shenanigans. We as a human rights organization will now be starting our own barrage of court cases against these people. We are going to be doing it the right way. all the cases that should have been done, that all these double agents have been saying, we don't need lawyer, we don't need legal, we don't need a legal team, we don't need a public lawyer. Now that we have known clearly and directly who many of these people are, we will now be fully taking this Mohbad's case. We have the right to represent and fight for Mohbad, whether he has family or he doesn't have family, and we will get justice against whoever took his life. Mohbad was murdered in that house before his family members and everybody and siblings. They saw what happened. They all knew what happened. And that, no government will take their side. That is what I want you to know. Don't forget, this yesterday was day before yesterday. Yeah, it's yesterday now. Yesterday, we were at the Ministry of Justice in Lagos State. We communicated to the Attorney General and the Director of Public Prosecution. Also, we were able to go there and clear the whole nonsense that King White were person, you know, what the whole lies he put up his own too. So these are the obstacles. Look at the one of the agents was trying to do. Trying to know what happened in Abuja and then changing the whole story just to, you know, to make a mess of us, to feel like we are not safe, to feel like the police are deceiving us. Meanwhile, they will only want to tell you things that the probably corrupt police officers are telling them, just to deceive them and to make it look like, just say that on social media, maybe it will weaken this person or it will weaken every support to that NGO, because they thought it's child's play. They thought we are doing fracas. And I keep telling these people, don't, the fact that you see me being available, you know, previously, I am not in the league of all those that do fracas or Arabu, all those nonsense that they do in the course of fighting for justice. You can do that in the course of fighting the one for Pata Pupa. Thank you for Gishano. Thank you for Isebe. But when it comes to a cause of justice, all those nonsense will never make sense to a reasonable activist. But they still will not understand. Engaging in lies, defamation, blackmail, just to silence it doesn't going to make sense. It's not going to make sense. It won't even work. Trying to keep up unnecessary sarcasm, you know, things that let's scare him, let's make him look like, I promise you. But because we want to encourage you, and all these platforms and their hosts that are encouraging them, they belong to the same league. Because they believe that the moment they have funded an NGO, it's an opportunity to be controlling, you know, pushing the NGO or pushing the, you know, the face of the NGO to whatever nonsense they are trying to do on their pages. Because the more they do all this nonsense, the more they weaken the cause of justice. And justice and the quest for justice is too serious and sacred. You have been enduring so many lies all along. I'm telling you, the shame 50 years. About to do social media, I'm learning jabba. Hold on, guys. Let me change this light because me the wafi full lights. Washi justice. Why don't you go and she Christmas carol? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I don't like trouble. I only make good troubles. So basically, what I have detected is what I'm sharing with you guys. Abuki, how are you doing? That is what they've managed to do. I'm suspecting some high level, they're trying to deceive the judge. Somebody is trying to play a fast one. And I'm suspecting serious abuse of court process, in my own opinion. But we'll find out, because even as we speak now, when we get to that court on that 10th or 15th or thereabouts, because I only made a request for research. I am supposed to apply for the CTC, but I prefer the lawyer so I don't want to waste my money and time. When we get there on that adjournment date, then the lawyers will request that they want to see the case file and see the allegation that is being brought before us so that we can respond. But in the interim, we're going to be applying that they should squash that temporary order. It's not tenable, it's not right, and it's not the right thing to do. They just want to and to actually achieve all this kind of stuff, they are trained to lie and deceive the authorities. They are trying to, they are trying to shift the same corruption to the judiciary. And I spoke loud at the top of my voice in that court today. And the nonsense that these people have been doing with police, they shouldn't allow it to get to the court. Fine, people want money. People want to offer more. They don't believe and rely on the salaries and what they get. So anything that, whether it's corruption, whether it will destroy lives, whether it will destroy an institution, they don't care, provided they get money. We just have to scream because that court does not belong to all those people there. It belongs to Nigerians. It belongs to Nigerians. And that is what I have to tell you. That is the old stuff they did. I'm going to be putting it up again. Because for you to know that I was there, you remember the law? You know your law. That's it. It's courts too. You understand? So that is it. You can see that I will against me, Baba Mohbad, Bukky Jesse. You can see the suit number. So I requested for search of the court file, and that is the administrative procedure we went through. And of course, the payment for the search, I have evidence for the payment of the search. So this is the evidence of payment of search. Let me take this behind back so that you can see. So this is the evidence of payment for the search. Can you guys see? Actually, stamp here. Every suit number here. Can you see the suit number? That's the evidence of payment that was done today. Let me see where the date is. So you can see the date. Actually, so I'm supposed to request for the, CTC and get the entire, junks that she wrote, she alleged in her stuff against myself, Bukky Jesse, and to funny, monitor staple nǹkan papọ̀ tán ní bóyá hard disk lọ fi síbẹ̀ wọ́n lọ já àdọ́gbọ́n ti gba àwọn ọlọ́pàá yẹn ti gba change lọ wọn ṣáà we all record àwọn live show oríṣiríṣi wọ́n fi ń tan wọ́n fẹ́ parọ́ tán staple síbẹ̀, but I was told the judge I've not even seen it, so she doesn't even know what the case is all about yet. But I made my own point. And the most important thing is on that day, we'll have to be there, make our own position, because we cannot write back now. There should be counter affidavit, but we cannot make the counter affidavit here because, like I'm saying, because we don't know. I don't have a full, direct details of what is in that stuff, and it's a public matter. This Mohbad's case is a public matter. And this is, when things like this happen in your own country, Nigerians, you are the ones that would have to stand up and fight for things like this. You will only allow criminals to continue to take anybody's life if you don't take action, thinking that Japanese, Americans, French, Chinese, they will come and do what we are doing as a human rights. But it's very NGO to get Chinese to buy. What I am doing, I cannot do it in America. What I am doing here, I can't do it in Ghana. What I am doing now, I cannot do it in France. Because their citizens are doing it in their own country. But Nigerians, you prefer to go to those countries. You can't do what we are doing here there. But your own country, you abandon everything. And that is why criminality and these criminals, they are getting the leeway and the field day because they think Nigeria can't get better. It's not a lawful country. If Nigeria is a lawless country, it's because you are not doing anything. It's because you are thinking it is a duty of some people. It is because you are still part of those that believe in sentiment and emotions. You are thinking, you're not understanding the fact that for this country to get better, you have to play your part and cushion up the ability and effort of those in public offices. Yes, Abukia. So it will be strange to some people because their parents did not raise them to understand that they don't even find themselves their parents doing this. It will be very difficult for it very shortly to be strange to my sons. Because they will realize that my father has been, volunteering, dedicating his time and life and resources for the cause of humanity in the country. So it will not be strange to them. So that is why you need to start playing a part. Don't think that the judges, the governors, the civil servants are the only ones that have the right or the moral obligation to fix this country. No, over 250 million Nigerians. How many judges, governors, politicians, and civil servants do you think we have? I don't think they amount to 5% of the population of the country. Altogether, all over the country, both federal and civil servants, judges everywhere, they are not up to 5% of the population. So the 200 and something million, you don't want to do anything. If 200 and something million don't pay tax, you don't belong to an NGO, you don't care about what happened in your country, it will be too much a weight on the people that are trying to fix this country. And that is why you will continue to say, if you want to say Nigeria cannot get better, you must tell us what you are doing to make it worse. Or if what you are doing is to make it better, you know. So I can tell you for free, we're going to be dealing with that case. I have serious interest. And then I just pray they push further. My prayer is that I want them to push that case. So that's why very important. I mean, we need many options available to get justice from Mohbad compared to the previous ones that the entire nation was deceived. They abuse and they make use of the government wrongly. And then we have to take this stuff back to the right path. And another thing that I want to appeal, like I told you guys, the efforts in Abuja to materialize, we are delaying it 50% because there are so many things that is meant to be done in that case. It is the duty of our NGO to volunteer and say, for the speedy reaction, this is what we're going to be taking care of. But because I don't want to be going from one platform to the other again, so that they will know where we are, because most of the things don't fall out anyway. The moment they support you with fund, they want to know which step are you people taking now. Which step are you not taking? Majority of them are angry because the NGO, what we are doing in our own side, we are moving without recourse to them, and they are trying to say, let us corner him or let us hijack what he's doing. But a lot of people have been boasting and they are, they'll be looking for our mistakes. And as it is, there is no way I'm going to be dealing with many people on this social media. People will not be saying some things that they'll be looking at, it's not perfect here. It's not perfect here. When you say a word, they multiply it. When you react as a human being, they think you're supposed to be, alien. You're an actor. They cannot decipher and differentiate the fact that we're loving what we really. One feel really love me. Somebody that way they padà. Tell me about you alone. gbà náà máa rántí pé actor ni mí, gbà náà máa rántí pé òní ògo, gbà náà máa pé kíní kan ni, gbà náà máa pé ó ṣe gbá kan. But I'm okay with all those nonsense. Ọmọ fáànì yẹn yóò rí sí gbòmí. Fún mi gbà, yes. So as it is now, we have those two challenges. When we are ready, when we have the necessary funding, I'll be returning back to Abuja. Nobody will know. I will finalize whatever we want to finalize, and then we'll go after those that want to go after, wherever they are in this whole world. Because mobility case is dead. While we are also, there are other options to Tilanule. No, nobody can know that one. That one is also powerful, but I may not be able to know when those ones to strike. And then another thing that I want to appeal, we want to publish something very important on two niche newspaper, national newspaper, on this justice for Mohbad. Maybe in the next 3 days of before the weekend. It's very, very crucial. If we do that, that one can even save us from spending money or all of that. Me, the better like we need to publish on two national newspapers. If it is possible, Goni, anybody who wants to volunteer to help, I don't mind if you can. I can just give you the account of the newspaper. Just pay to the newspaper, send me the receipt, then I have them publish what I want them to publish. Two newspaper, Punch newspaper and Vanguard or The Nation. But if we publish it, you all will see it, and you will see the immediate impact in this justice for Mohbad. Oh, it's direct. So I need help in that. You don't even need to send to Break the Silence Foundation. If you're willing to help, you can just ask for the account of that, newspaper, that I'll be able to confirm with you. Then you send to them. Because we need help in that area, seriously. It's very important. Normally, if we have a fund with us, I won't even bother saying, boom. And that's why it's always very difficult. I will always appreciate when people, make it a point of call to donate to our NGO, because some of the things that we want to do, we are not meant to be coming to say it like this. But even if it is one of them that pay into the newspaper, they can't know what we want to publish. All I will just request is send the receipt to me. I'll send it to those that will, the person in charge, send whatever they want to publish, and then so it's very important. Very, very important. So we need your support in that area. I need your support. Though I will still be trying to see if I can, raise this fund via other means, but because I want it to happen before now and Friday, so that we can move forward. So as you can see, we're not joking. We have already written to the Attorney General and the Commissioner for Justice in Lagos State that it is going to be wrong. We should not give a fiat to this learned senior advocate of Nigeria, San Shitu. No. San Wahab Shitu should never and should not be given the fiat. That is the power to prosecute Mohbad's case. It's going to be a total charade. We're not going to be accepting that. there will be serious conflicts of interest, because he's already representing a potential suspect in this matter. Please, ever me engage live wanting making a verification. Wow. Please engage this live. Engage the live, please. So we have been able to make some reasonable move. So I was physically present in that court. So let's go on a musical break, and when we come back, but I'm suspecting àwọn tó jẹ́ ọgbà family yẹn wọ́n mọ̀ pa kéèsì yẹn ọkọ̀dọ̀gbọ́n had àwọn orúkọ kan mọ̀ kó lè look real ni, but we are going to be challenging it before the courts, because we already observed that there is high-handed corruption and abuse of court process in that stuff, because there is no, I am saying, there is no evidence. Before you go to court, the law says you must serve pre-action notice. But if you cannot get the person and you want the government to go after the person, you can file the case direct. Anytime back for cases, have information they left one court. They now got a judgment, they want to keep it under their cupboard and they want it to take effect. The bailiff, the court clerk, court bailiff, nobody even contacted us, or there is no record in that case file to show that there was an attempt to serve me particularly. The attempt to serve anybody. Because immediately the judge gave the ruling, the onus is on the court bailiff. This is the ruling. And in an attempt, then he will now go back to that court and say, please, I can't find these people. I need to serve them in a different way. So, and that is where we going to be. Glorious praise. Ajike Ade. Check now, expander. I don't think so, sir. Me, because you I think these people are making a mess and a we are treating a serious case of murder. So the person that was around the suspects, the victim, is rushing to court to say they should not mention. Why? In the light of a new lead that came to us. All these people, they are just making a mess of the judicial process and court process, and all these things, they are not meant to be allowed. Baba ti gbaru ẹ̀yẹn. Baba ti gbaru ẹ̀ àti gọ̀jẹ̀ nìyẹn. Àwọn people dey on lówó náà káàkiri, but our unity, our ability to stand by what is right. We as a human being, I can't even fold my arms and allow anybody to abuse my rights. Let him push. The only thing I don't have power on is when I am dead. I can't control it. Or when I'm going to die. I don't have power over it. There are some certain things I can still fight for when I'm alive, and that is my fundamental human rights. And the beautiful thing is that if there is anywhere they abuse fundamental rights, it shouldn't be the court of law. So you can send your request if you want to ask questions or you want to comment. But please, guys, those that are following Break the Silence Foundation, to our supporters, to our donors, to our volunteers, please do not forget to support Break the Silence Foundation. But if you want to support this publication we want to put on the national newspaper, it's a very important information that I don't want to go into details so that anyone has any idea about it, but it's very important. If you can volunteer by paying into, I can just get you the details of the media house, whether it is Punch or Vanguard or Nation newspaper. You can just pay into them, for the full page if and when necessary, and then we go ahead and I'll just send the receipt to me, and we will be able to immediately send what we want to send, and it will be out there. The whole world will see it, and the effects will be felt almost immediately, because that is the only way they can smoke all this. First of all, am I getting glossy? Because apart from all, when we do that, there are some certain court cases that we have to institute also the right way to smoke all these people out and get justice for Mohbad as soon as possible. While we are also, the other option is the presidency, who has given an order, and the fact that some people are trying to, play some hanky-panky. They are trying to rubbish the office of the president, and the presidency, they just felt that they don't matter in this case. But where they will know. And I can tell you for free, in a couple of days and weeks, some of the foreign bodies, some embassies underneath, would have to take some certain serious steps. And I don't want to go into details about that too, because it's becoming a serious melee, and that justice needs to come as quickly as possible. And that will be it. So a recap of what I said earlier, we were at that court, because it's already in the court file, is there that we were there today to verify if truly there was actually. So I requested and we applied for a search, because we have to know what is going on. How did they obtain the court ruling that none of the respondents were given pre-action notice, were not even given the notice that the case is going on. We don't even know a case was going on. Don't get it twisted, Nigerians. Our fundamental flaws and corruption in this particular case, this suit, is that pre-action notice from their lawyer to me, to probably Baba Mohbad, to Buki Jesse, to the other lady Adewale, to the other guy Larry, whatever. There is no pre-action notice. The lawyer did not write us to say, you are trying to do this against my client, and we are asking that you go and make correction, or we will sue you for 50 million. It's a civil suit. In here, there is nothing like that, and the judge is not aware. People think we would have expected that they will bring that suit and say, even if they cannot get us, these people, they abuse social media anyhow. They would have even posted it and said, this is our court case against you. We are suing you for 50 million for trying to do this against me. Then we would have seen that, oh, you guys want to do a case. Between you and I, Nigerians, there was nothing like that. So even in the court file, there is no even evidence of their pre-action notice or anything that the lawyer wrote to any of us. Whether by WhatsApp, whether via email, whether by coming to post it, nothing absolutely. Now let's assume that they couldn't even reach us. That it was so difficult to reach Baba Mohbad, difficult to reach Yomi Fabiyi. Now, going to that court to say, we tried to sue them, we tried to warn them, they didn't do this, we are now suing Yomi Fabiyi for 50 million. There is nothing like that. They wrote an affidavit, and in their prayers, the only thing the woman was asking is about our silence. They should not say anything that will bring defamation to her, and that they are abusing our son and threatening our own life. If it's threatening life, and the fact that they are making it like it's a civil suit, she doesn't have to be there. So they just package one affidavit and then package here, then use it to request for, that motion exparte. These are not right. Because at the end of the day, with all the things she claims, she's not asking for anything. She's not seeking for damage, because if it is going to get to that stage, they will need us in court, she would have to be there. So, avoid court. Eti fa wèrè lọ́yàn, wèrè gidi. Wùmí, ó ti fa wèrè. Lọ́bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ godmother. Ó ti fi oró pọ̀n wèrè. Ó ti lọ mẹ́nu. You now make that application, you didn't even show any sign of that you want to do anything. And the next thing, till the motion exparte, or the court clerk or the court bailiff did not serve any of us. Even if you don't find us, another fundamental error is, even if you do not find us, lawyer Wumi, lawyer Patapupa, if they cannot serve us pre-action notice, check court to know to riwa. Let's assume the court bailiff too could not find us. By law, that bailiff is supposed to return the judgment and say, my lord, we look for Yomi Fabiyi, we can't find him. We have looked for Mr. Aloba Joseph, we can't find him to serve him this court order, this judgment. We look for Bukky Jesse, we can't find her. We need to serve them through another means. In that case file, we are supposed to see another ruling where the judge would have put and say, now I am giving another for substituted service. There was nothing like that. But more challenges, more bad court clerk, more back with this. Only Mr. Yomi, gbogbo fi òfin tẹ́ ń káyà tó ìbò tẹ́ ó ti pọ̀ jù fẹ́mi o. And they know what they did. So ọlọ́run aṣọ́pàdé wa, èmi kọ́lọ́ máa fa ìsọ̀ṣẹ́ wa, bó jẹ́ kí n wọ́n débẹ̀ ni màá wọ́n dé kóòtù yẹn lọ́dún 15. I will be there. My team of lawyers. So Wunmi, Cynthia Adebanjo, ntọ́ máa dùn mí jù ní pé kó má wà jọ yẹn o. Tó máa dùn èmi jù, máa pariwo ẹ ní gbogbo kóòtù yẹn jọ yẹn o. Wọ́n bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ṣe gbogbo àwọn eré dọ̀tí báyìí o. Tí o bá ti mọ ohun tó gùdù fún ẹ dáadáa, make sure wà tí lọ́yẹ̀ ẹ a gbọ́dọ̀ pàdé o. Ọ̀kẹ́ lọ ṣe arúmọjẹ padà sínú bẹ̀ ká lè bẹ̀rẹ̀ kéèsì forgery, perjury and forgery lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kan torí ẹ̀ mẹ́tẹ́ ń bá kò. Because I cannot understand. Though that one, according, I know it's just a temporary order. It's not, the judge is not even kò to shele. Even the flash it has staple saying evidence that your lawyer wrote and said is the images of the TikTok and YouTube images, evidence. The judge, I was aware, has not even opened it. So the judge does not know what people put there, but whether it is even tenable or not. But it might be Obobo like consider because Bobo affidavit here, we are paragraph 10 or something. To paro, a mini for. They said I put up a broadcast that threatened your life. Oma approve it for me. Where I have engaged in threat to life, and then you put up somewhere, he said, me, I called our Mary, me only somewhere book is a problem any bastard. But BTA me, Yomi fabiyi ti pé ọmọ ẹ ní ọmọ àlè. O gbọ́dọ̀ approve it for me. But tó bá sá sẹ́yìn tó yọjú, tí lọ́yà kan bá ń sọ kọ́tọ̀kọ́tọ̀, ẹ máa rí wàhálà o. So, n tẹ́ máa sọ ojú yẹn lọ. Because kéèyàn tó lè máa fi àwọn pátákó abẹ́mi ṣeré. I always take time, and that's why I have to tell you guys the way an NGO is meant to pursue this Mohbad's case is what we just began probably around December 3rd. And justice is not always that fast. And by the time we are now getting our hearts together and be able to separate the wheat from the shaft, because social media the solution, and then offline where the solution and the action is, nobody will go and do it. I'm not interested in that. I know how many lawyers are on top of a case. I know. So it's very important. You cannot lie and even engage in abuse of court process and want to get justice. It's so disgusting. But I go live in the court and then later on the other clerk was saying, Mr. Major, help me. And the sheni waju time match no main court ejo cause mo ti kọ́kọ́ pariwo nu court yẹn tẹ́lẹ̀. And when I had the opportunity, when the judge was in chamber, I ensured that I was in that court. Ojoko judge yẹn fojú rí mi one-on-one. So I'm going to be posting this. I'm posting the other one on my page again so that you guys can see clearly and see that we actually made an application for the Gbagbo case file here. But this particular letter is already in the file. It's important to me. Interfacing flash here. I want to know what is inside. Could the civil chief were inside? Emi ò fẹ́ jẹ́ case here. You know it's a civil suit. Emi ò ní yọjú. Ó máa yọjú o. The case is a civil suit, not a criminal suit. But pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ náà bó ṣe jẹ́ civil suit yẹn abolóde fẹ́ lójú lẹ́tí pèsè inú case èmi máa bá yín fẹ́ máa fẹ́ dáadáa torí gbogbo àwọn pátápátá ń kó kiri wọn mọ what's this case all about. It's not a criminal suit kò ń ṣe ẹ̀sùn tó lè rán anybody lọ sẹ́wọ̀n agbárí lọ́kọ̀fẹ́ lò pé ẹ bá lo ẹkọ̀ bá sọ fún wọn pé kọ́ sì dákẹ́ ná kí ọkọ̀ máa sọ̀rọ̀ lórí kọ́ máa sọ pé Wùmí ṣe gbá Wùmí ṣàwo. Ó lè mi sọ pé òun lòun pa Mohbad. Ó máa mú mi tí mo sọ pé òun pa Mohbad jáde o. Àìmáàmù jáde yẹn ogun ni because ó máa sọ gbèsè. Ó máa san gbèsè. Tèmi tèmi máa sọ nìyẹn. Ó máa san gbèsè. So lawyer Wunmi tẹ́ bá ń gbọ́ mi ń tẹ́ kọ sínú ẹ̀ mo ti sọ yẹn you ẹ mọ̀ lọ́kàn ara yín pé you did not serve us anything. All the affidavits that you put in that case file normally you thought nobody will see it. Èmi ti rí I have seen everything you wrote in that affidavit. Emi omo boye serve Baba Mohbad o. Mi omo boye serve Bukky Jesse o. But nothing got to me. I didn't know you are even doing a case with me. You didn't. Normally on a good day, Sheboya come serve me letter ke cosme. Wunmi is suing you. Okay, lawyer Pandora Tony ko collect us. Okay, we are suing you for 50 million naira for threatening the life of Wunmi, for saying Liam is a bastard. For this, ke cosme kikokori pre-action notice. Iru jibiti wo le lo te kon deceive uli ejo. You refuse to notify me or to even tell me that you want to do a case with me. I should go to my page and change my talk. If you people are so bold, maybe you are a good lawyer. Maybe you're a lawyer by you. Momo. Number mi to jẹ́ pé òun ló ṣòfò jù. Number NGO ló wà lórí letter ADB. To send that stuff there, resend this that before we go to court, before you sue anybody to court, for the purpose of not congesting the court, particularly in a civil suit like this, a criminal case, it is important that you write and say, hello, our client is suing you for, we are going to be, we're asking you to, you did this, you did that, you did this, you lied against Wunmi that exparte Mohbad on so date. You also broadcast and said Liam is a bastard. You threatened the life of Wunmi. Because of all this, we want you to go to your page on TikTok to say you are lying and you apologize. Failure to do so, me, on behalf of our client Wunmi, Cynthia Adebanjo, we will sue you for 100 million. We give you 10 days to withdraw your statement. If I now refuse to do that, that is when you will now rush to that court that you went to. After the expiration of the date, Timani, I'm not going to say sorry, and I will not say. You said I said it, Abi. Then you now go to court. That is the procedure of the law. That is fundamental human rights. That is administration of. It's not even criminal justice. But what people did, yeah, Baba Mohbad, I want to defend the phone service job. But I know certainly that I don't know whether Bukky Jesse got anything. If she got, I would expect her to go live and. Did you receive any service? The Adewale, the Medonja Adewale, did she receive any service? Even via WhatsApp, Abi, same social media. Let's assume they don't want to do that. They might not even do that. If they want to say, okay, TFF software, ready at the banter, we want to sue you for 50 million. We just want to go to court and get damages straight. Or we want to get this particular order. But you want them to say we should stop saying whatever you think we are saying. And now you went to court since February. The case is in court. It has a suit number. I cannot believe from February it was adjourned to August. Possible. Even if it was adjourned, the court bailiff did not share us and say, you have a case with us in this court. Somebody brought a case before you. They said they could not reach you, but we as a court, we got your contact. Because there is no way the court will not ask, what are the contacts you have for this person? And it is that same contact the bailiff ma lo to ma fi wa tí ó bá wá rí wa, the court bailiff will go back to the same judge and say, my lord, I tried to serve these people truly too, but I couldn't get them one-on-one. I couldn't get them one-on-one. I don't know their numbers. The house address I have that is being given to us by the complainant, we can't find them. And then they will be able to say, what? Let's go ahead and serve them substituted service. That substituted service, it will be reflecting in the case file that I saw today. Court clerk here. This is not This court does not belong to any individual. It belongs to the Nigerian public. And there is a procedure that every court case must follow. Now, now this service, judgment and judge, temporary order, before it can take effect, there must be fair hearing. You people are not even bothered whether we know about it. And these people are now, we just see it on social media. They are even asking, where did we find it? I said, where did you ask them to serve us? Mr. Yomi, we are money. No, money, madam. They told you that they could not reach us. So what I expect now is I need to see the workings of the bailiff. She bailiff no reach you. And tí o bá reach you if address ti complainant file. Kí ni effort to make láti padà wá sọ́dọ̀ adájọ́ ipe ohun ò reach you abẹ́ kó lè gba substituted service. And then kí wá ní substituted service tí adájọ́ pàṣẹ kó fi serve wa. Because the case is coming up again on stop. Where is the evidence here? Nothing is there. Only 85 with the lawyer. We are coming here. So, the judge has been deceived and there is already abuse of court process and we are going to be fighting that Wednesday. Then the machine yeto, I shall have a bitty case pẹ̀lú Yomi yẹn. O ti fi orópọ̀n wèrè, o ti fi lanu, ẹ ti fi dán wèrè, ẹ ti fi ṣeré. Wèrè dẹ̀ ti wà honey. Because eré pálẹ̀ pé wo kìíní yẹn, ẹjọ́ orí social media lẹ́ ń pè. At this point, it's quite unfortunate that I don't know who has been advising these people. Because a proper structured body should not come into this matter. You are dividing social media, putting some, junks, making a whole mess online. So that is the update I have for you guys, and that is where we are now. So whatever it is, we'll get to that court and the updates you hear. But we'll fight hard. And law can tell you to study law. Can you study law? I have a whole lot of work to do. I have a lot of people to give voice. I see this country, I said, time mi ò tí tó aláìmí ilé kú lásìkò yìí ọlọ́wọ́n kò mọ̀ ní iṣẹ́ láti ṣe. American embassy tó sọ pé you have a job to do. Alive on the vision bẹ́yẹn. When this ambassador was talking to me in that American embassy, he was telling me, he said, Yomi, you have a lot of work to do in your country. Use your influence, use your experience, use your passion to help your fellow citizens to know their rights. We cannot delve in directly. And that's it. They can't delve in directly. Gbogbo case Mohbad ni wọ́n lè wá direct. Only case only bí tó ti bá dé sí. Tọ́wọ́ máa dá sí wẹ́rẹ́ ní iṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run ni lè rí direct. Mo fọlọ́ bàbúrà. Ẹlòmíì tó ti ga tó ti nílé l'Amẹ́ríkà tó ti nílé gbogbo ẹ̀. Orí case Mohbad ló máa pàdánù gbogbo ẹ̀ sí. Ẹlòmíì bó ṣe máa rí ẹ̀wọ̀n ìhélú òyìnbó tẹ́kọ̀ máa rí pé wọ́n kàn ṣàṣẹ́wọ̀n lọ́hùn yẹn. Orí case Mohbad ló máa fi rẹ́wọ̀n lu òyìnbó kò ní mọ̀. Ẹ lọ kọ́lẹ̀ pé mo sọ. Aláṣà ń ta wọ́n. Àwọn èèyàn ọkọ̀ fífẹ́ kàkà tó àtàkùn. Wọ́n ní iṣẹ́ méjì jù pé kọ́jà máa ṣàràbù. Wọ́n bá ti bá ṣe wèrè làwọn tó kójọ sí àwọn tó pààyàn kiri. So this is how things are done, guys. It's not tẹnukọ́tẹ̀tẹ̀bọ̀lìkọ́. So let me see mo kàn wọ́n pé tí máa ní bẹ̀rẹ̀ tún ṣe fídíò nu kọ́tì àwọn ẹgbẹ́ Yomi. Some people see it as too much wahala. So I don't need to start showing you I'm in the court. Oh, I'm killing cold. Say, you just go. It's Big Brother Naija. Show life. Let me just I was there for hours. Emi fura mi mo ṣe bu wàhálà yẹn fura mi. You know, I sent the letter to the office. They sent it back. Pick it up, go and even told them print the payment. Go lọ sálẹ̀. Sínú no court. Gbogbo wàhálà yẹn la ṣe. Follow the due process. Ó ti ọ̀pẹ̀ rárá. Oníṣẹ́ kan tó wà nù fáìlì lélẹ̀. Kò sí kankan nù fáìlì yẹn. Wọ́n dẹ̀ náà gba ọ̀dà lórí kíni. Wọ́n package kan sínú envelope. Àwọn ilé ìgbà gbé yẹn. Wọ́n fi kankan sínú flash exhibit kíní kan. Wọ́n bá staple ẹ̀. Wọ́n fi sẹ́yìn kíní wọn. Olúwa mi nǹkan tó wọ́n ti sọ. Owó àánú fáìlì sọ fẹ́ kẹ́ èdè fún wa lọ́dà. Èmi lẹ́pà àwọn alẹ́ package wèrè yẹn fún. Judge now by okay. So the evidence of all the things they did is in this flash. This evidence. Yeah, my lord has the exhibit. We tag as exhibit. Our staples. Hey. Meanwhile, gbogbo. Ibi tẹ́tí ṣe mistake ni pé tẹ́tí compile àwọn rẹ́kọ̀dù àwọn tó sọ pé Wùmí pa Mohbad tó ń sọ àbáwọn tó ń sọ pé kinní kan lè àwọn máa ẹ̀ bá má ti forúkọ tèmi sí ẹ̀ bá ti wá nǹkan mi o tún wá lọ kọ síbẹ̀ pé mi threat life a threat to life mo mọ̀ pé Mohbad ò sùn Mohbad yẹn sọ lórí gan o ó kàn tí wọ́n kàn ṣiṣẹ́ ni ẹ wo orú yìí tí King White yẹn ṣe ọjọ́ plan gbogbo yẹn náà ni o. The operation tí wọ́n ṣe látàbújá wá sẹ́kọ̀ọ́ wọ́n fi lé ogun wọn pa there are moles lára wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ o tọ́jọ́ ń tọ́ wọn bí wàtẹ́ pé wọ́n wá suspect àwọn ló ń gbá front àwọn náà lọ sọ fáwọn tó fẹ́ ya dànù ẹ má dò síbí o a máa tàn wọ́n pa wá síbí wọ́n ẹ kúrò mbẹ́ irú King White yẹn sì ọ̀nà ti lọ Egypt ọlọ́run aṣọ́dé lọ́yà tàlàfíà ó ní kéèsì pẹ̀lú mi níparí oṣù ní burúkú níbí ẹ̀ o. On the 13th, Damola Atadura a ní case ní same ọgbà magistrate court but yẹn ò really jẹ mí lógún for now 15 yẹn òun ló wà lórí ẹ̀mí mi lọ́sọ̀ lọ dárúkọ mi sí yẹn ó wà important so tọ́lọ́bá dẹ̀ ti mú Damola yẹn tó bá ti sálẹ̀ tó bá ti sálẹ̀ méjì ní court declare me wanted bench warrant anywhere tó bá ti lórílẹ̀ anywhere èyí King White yẹn náà ẹ̀mejì gbélé náà ló kù bá ṣe ẹ̀mejì same thing because that is the way it should be done. That's the way it should be done. Eddie Love, okay, baba mi. So please do not stop supporting Break the Silence Foundation. We need your help. Physically, mentally, emotionally, in terms of support, volunteering, donating. We need it now because we need to rearrange back this justice for Mohbad matter. And there are other cases we're also interested in doing and pursuing. I couldn't pursue most of these things because there are no funds to pursue cases. I've dedicated my time. Nigerians, they've helped me to a stage 20-something years. They've for film me, they've for many fame, they're supporting me. All I want to be doing is giving people voice, making people's dreams come true. You give my platform, people, you want to make movies, give you platform. So if I do, Mabo. Inti mo wálé ayé tó wù kí máa ṣe ń tó ń ṣe nìyẹn tó fẹ́ máa dùn mí nínú nìyẹn yes, so cyber my court case pọ̀ lórí justice for Mohbad tí King White wà bẹ́ẹ̀ tí Larry Ọmọdé wà bẹ́ẹ̀ ìyẹn get to prison. You know, the King White is there. This Wunmi case is there. We have court case, Damola and Adura, where a victim and a witness. One shall look by that there, but cases are not our lorry, you know. And we have some other cases that we're going to be picking up in this soft by. And then we still have Abuja. Because the moment we have the full resources, nobody will know. Because CBT will go on to more. None of you don't Mobiti will go on suspect you are. The law enforcement and the authority, they know who are suspect already in this Mohbad case in the light of the new lead. To buy everybody here. And they know the suspects based on the order of the president and the investigation. So me and this yellow. Kilo ba agbe wa ton afi ibi to go wa ko sibiti amo. We lack the resources to go and execute now. Because except we have to wait as we are waiting on the the police and government to be ready to do it on their own. But if we want them to expedite it and do it, and we do some things, then we have to gather enough resources to prosecute and execute that. Let's shank Yomi fabiyi and break the silence. Let's act like we also have a petition there and we are the one doing it. I was even praying that they succeed. And when they failed, they want to shift it on my head. And I said, no, don't do that. You don't follow what these people are telling you. They want the authority and the police to abandon all we have done and us so that it can be them. And for them to achieve that, and they want to don't bring it on me. It's not making sense. So this is Nigeria. Ṣùgbọ́n stop. Ibi tí ọ̀dà yẹn ti wá. Wọ́n máa padà kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Àwọn tó máa padà foríkó máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí foríkó wish olórí oko àṣẹ ìlú pátápátá pàṣẹ. Do you know what it means under the law? When the president gives an order and somebody flaunts, they will tell you they didn't flaunt it. They want to act like they never did, but Ashirima took very shortly that they were trying to offer by the president very shortly. That's why I'm looking. So you will know the difference between all these people that are messing and deceiving you on social media, because the only thing they just want to do is jump on what we have done. They are not in competition with anybody. And I've advised strongly, this is not a matter of TikTok or whatever TikTok. On a very good day, to buy NGO or well funded, the Baba will tell you, you don't even have a say, would have knocked him off from beginning. Don't even make an attempt in this case. Sit in your house, pray that your son gets justice. But if you have a hand in it, justice is coming to you. Just do it, boy. Safia Mohbad in zone 2. Mama, listen, therefore, you are happy, you are ready to work with the NGO and the police to get justice for your son. But that doesn't mean that you will not pay for it. Not until they found something to do, abracadabra, and the pẹ̀lú extension tason, pẹ̀lú ó dẹ̀ divert gbogbo ẹ̀, wọ́n dẹ̀ dá case padà lọ sí pàǹtí. Pàǹtí tí wọ́n ti wá parọ́ pé mi fi fake petition, tó fi pé love letter, tọ́ní kò ṣe ibẹ̀ náà lọ́wọ́ sọ pé kéèsì tó gbé wá ń gbà yẹn. IG ti pàṣẹ pé àti tó gbé lọ sí zone 2, wọ́n ní kọ́ dá ti zone 2 yẹn padà wá, pé èyí tó kọ wá síbí láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀pẹ̀ kí wọ́n ṣe investigation lé lórí ìsìn. mo ní so ẹ fẹ́ ṣe é sìn mo ń bọ̀ mo ní àwọn suspect nǹkan wọ́n ti gbé àdúrà àti Dàmọ́lá yẹn wọ́n ti gbé wọn wá ṣùgbọ́n àwọn ti fún wọn bail since tó ti detain wọn tẹ́lẹ̀ nígbà yẹn so àwọn ti fún wọn bail so that tomorrow we'll come together. I said I will be there. But only Untolo fẹ́ mú jáde bẹ́ẹ̀ because you could imagine how long they said they did not respond to my petition in Panti. Ọlọ́run ni wọ́n máa respond but ibẹ̀ kọ́ ló máa ti ṣe because kò sọ́nà bẹ́ẹ̀ gbogbo bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ti rà pa. That was why at the end of the day from Abuja they came to lift the entire case file. They duplicated it, everything, and they went back to Abuja to investigate and come up with a report. And I can tell you for free, part of the things they must have done is lifting that phone and see what is inside. The CCTV of the hospital, they must have lifted it and see what is inside. So, kilo anda waduro, more likely. So, because before you go further, they will say you're doing this and that is what we have now. So, justice is coming from above. But because of those our turn through and into the matter, making it so difficult, deceiving you and making you look like this is a social media muscle. There are so many things that are ongoing that nobody know about it. Because what if you block a case here, we have to find a way to remove them totally. Because they gave in their support, thinking it's just social media public versus reality. Quand on look at our connection, come on, you lay on colori, come on, you can't call my dad gay, you come on, yellow. Because I cannot continue to understand why at the end of the day, me, I am not interested in mentioning anybody or going after any individual. All those people that I thought are of high profile or priority witnesses, they must tell us what they know. You've pied the nigger. Come and take your trophy. That means the people that pied the nigger right before her in the house. So what are their names? That means people she abere because abere you again. In kokolofa again. So if you know who pied the nigger and led to that much blood, why are you not talking? Why is Adura not talking? What role did you play? Ibolobade. Instead of you to come to terms to reality, you went about and then you're now lying and deceiving yourself. And the industry goes, all the Nigerian police and the judges, they can't continue to run this country like this. How can we have a president and somebody will tell you that the industry gods took the life of the husband in broad daylight? And the police and the court are not interested in knowing who are the industry gods. You are with him. He breathed his last inside the house. Kọjá hospital lọ pa sí, wọn ò dẹ̀ pa lójú ọ̀nà gbàtà wọn lọ hospital. Inú ilé yẹn ni kò dẹ̀ lè jẹ́ industry gods yẹn. Òun ni nurse. Power tap engage live rí. Iṣẹ́ àfẹ́kọ́ gbé lọ. So some things are becoming an embarrassment to us as a nation. How they do this case is your own problem. Is your own undoing as a citizen of this country, because it's a study case. And at the end of the day, look at the boy. As much as he entertained all of you. Oh, I'm a Mohbad fan. I'm a modernization. In modernization, what if you know for 2 years? I can tell you for free, spiritually, they know why they don't want to bury the boy. I want to want a receiving end. To the Bobo Kurube, not to Jusunu Watcher cemetery, grave site. one more what they will need to do again in the same way to, because at day they must return him down and then do the rituals to remove call the tule. Ni same way be wonder what do. So anyway, I know certainly very soon we will know where about this between what go on in real life. We will be able to know. Because no independent person have been able to even see the body physically. So it's not just a small fight. All about if you're able to succeed in fighting it, it will save a whole lot. I was in that court today. 2 guys were brought, different cases. They defiled Omodum Meta. Because people would not, I don't know. Anyway, please let's continue to support Break the Silence Foundation. Let's achieve together that publication on 2 national newspapers this week, who are very, very crucial. We have to publish it on the national newspaper. When I say we have to, you should know I mean it, and that thing will yield results. It's a concrete stuff. Because we are not doing enough to put the right attention into this case. Silence. They thought if they bring up our competitions because all the cases in big one. You are not to make case against me. All of them are pata. They thought by that time I will run. Look at how many cases. This is how evil people do. That's why you see other activists, they run away. Because they know it will get to that stage, they will come. There were cases as you speak, I'm using nothing less than 5 lawyers. Even 6 back ago. Because still Larry Omodia, a lawyer originally, one of my lawyers here, and then the other lawyer that we also eventually got. Even 7 gone because we have a lawyer in Abuja now. Though one lawyer contacted me in Abuja and was also willing to work on pro bono too. But I've never even, established or bring him into any case. So we have to rearrange and put Mohbad's case in the right retrospect. And what only an NGO representing the public can face the family to get justice on Mohbad. If you think the government will go after them the way we would, no, they just want the public to do the right thing, bring the right case to us, we'll do it. Because it could make any sense. Because if the family took the life of somebody or make a mess, then the government can take side. But when the public are taking side with probably the suspect or people that shouldn't even be given some backing, kill every government, kill every Jobashi. And you look at the same people that are banking, screaming justice for Mohbad, that barrier, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ jẹ́ kínní lajú wo kínní kan búkì yé sẹ́yìn láti bàbá bá nìjọ jílágo lóru ẹ fẹ́ máa ba kéèsì evidence investigation tàbí jẹ́ àwọn lọ́ọ̀yà Wunmi go condemn Zomo. They have to tell the Wunmi go wọ́n náà lọ sọ tẹ́nu ẹ bàbá Mohbad ló ń condemn Zomo ló ń condemn ló block Zomo. The Wunmi came out and said the truth. Yes, I was fighting in the video. She accepts that she was violent. I was having violent encounter with somebody. Zomo let me call Obaja ọkọ Obaja. And ní tẹ́bi bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni pé tọ́ba ní fídíò yẹn ìgbà yẹn mẹ́túsẹ́lá ni. Ṣé gbogbo wa ti fojú rí tiles lẹ́lẹ̀ yẹn. Ṣé wàá ya fídíò ńlẹ̀ Mohbad tó ń gbé tẹ́lẹ̀? Ẹ kò fi fídíò similar tiles yẹn tó jọrú 3 seconds tó show pé old video ni kò síbẹ̀ ẹ fẹ́ sọ pé ṣe fídíò nílé tí mo bá ní gbé tẹ́lẹ̀ tọ́bádẹ́wọ̀n kò ẹ̀mí wọ́n gbé they should give me the address torí mi tí mo old house tí mo bá di gbé tẹ́lẹ̀ ni mi ṣe ti lọ I would have gone there bó jẹ́ kí n sanwó fáwọn tó nílé yẹn ni pé mo fẹ́ ṣe fídíò olúlé yín ọ̀kẹ́ bá mi clear way. Kawa ìyá fún owó káyé rí then you know this is what they call serious private investigation and honest and discreet report. ẹ rí i pé táàsì yẹn kò jọmọ létí mo bá di ti gbé tẹ́lẹ̀ rí but I cannot say they should give me the privilege. Anybody tó bá mọ létí mo bá di gbé tẹ́lẹ̀ kó tó di kó lọ sí Royal Pine Orchid, please avail me the address. I will bring the video of that house to you when it is nígbà tẹ́ expect ẹ kàn fi try me o, then all of you will sit tight and realize that why have we now been making a mess of ourselves and not queue behind the 3 seconds video, because that is exactly the evidence of how Mohbad was murdered. Ìjọ tí Mohbad kú no 3 seconds video extension ẹ òun nìyẹn. Mark my word, whatever was done to him, whatever anybody did, you will see it if the police they release the full video. Why they were trying to block it up until this time and shield it it's not far-fetched. Even the woman confirmed, said she has the video. Ó lóun ní fídíò yẹn ẹ bá sọ pé kó mú jáde kí lọ́ọ̀yẹ̀ mú jáde. Kí lọ́ọ̀yẹ̀ tó ń represent ẹ yẹn kó sọ fún pé bring the video that you claim you have. If suddenly she doesn't have a video again, your guess is as good as mine. Your guess is as good as mine. So any of Mohbad's friends, if you are listening to me and you know the old house, Prime Boy, old house here, please avail me the address of that place. I will do discreet investigation and tell you this is it. Look at the floor of the house again. I'll be ready for you. If I'm on I'll bring it up for you, then everybody will make sure and wow. So if definitely it is a video of Mohbad's new house in Orchid, Royal Pine Estate, then we are holding the evidence and the real truth, and that is why it is being shielded. Oh, need bigger there, someone come video. How show video of old house? Any other video? Tell me to show the it's the same house. And then the police should release it. How release it on video? Not tell them I release it. But they know what is in the video already. Just possible sound to allow them to come and lift the phone here. So whoever is doing something, but I don't want to believe they are doing it until when we are ready and we're ready to pursue the right way. That is when I'll tell you what is going on. So one lo agbára, one lo agbára, one lo owó gidi. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ní pé kò sí anybody tó ń bá wọn pò offline. Ẹ̀ tí wàá rí qualified structured body tó máa bá wọn pò tó tún ní èèyàn tó ní face to it. Wọ́n ní kẹ́ máa condemn ẹ̀ ẹ̀ wá àkúwà kiri àwọn kan rò pé it's something they can just jump on and claim that àwa la wà ń di ẹ̀. Power of attorney àwa la America ẹlẹ́mìíràn náà lòun jà fún justice Mohbad òun lòun kọ kínní kan òun náà wá jókòó sí America á jókòó sí ibì kan. It's quite preposterous. Ẹ kò sọjọ́ ní oṣù mẹ́ta kẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀rẹ̀ fẹ́ sọ́dọ̀ ọdún mẹ́ta mọ́ public lọ́wọ́ just because you realize that majority of the public is on ní idea bó ṣe ń jarú kan. Ohun táwa ti sọ fún yín ti pẹ́ ta ti detect pẹ́ tí mo ti question rationale action bàbá yẹn for a long time. Àwọn méjì wà in 2025 ní August wọ́n ṣe ń jí wọ́n ṣe wà mọ̀ pé bàbá wà justice after you've deceived the public and you obstructed justice severally. Unfortunately, I'm going to go up no case kan náà. Ẹ̀rí ọkọ̀ jẹ́ kí ó sọ fún yín pé you have to adjust yourself, apologize, and let's pursue the right way. The ways that we are offline and be pursuing this kind of a case in this country. Hello, let's go on a musical break and I round up on this update and play games. Because I as a young lucky. Not only got a couple.
Joseph, I'm a Jesus. Marita be like you, Maria. I'm a devotion. You know, feel like about the past. You know, feel like about the past. I know you know that. Say you know, feel shake. We are no money. We are no money. I don't know mathematics. I don't know mathematics. Mathematics fish. We no get money. Now Jack recipe. Making money.
The reason why some people will keep saying mobile will not get just because they thought the evidence can never come out. I laugh in Spanish. I laugh in Panya. To show you, Lord, the case nobody. To show you on the justice. But anyway, man, it's all you.
Making money every weekend. So me, I know they see them.
You would have to weaken all the nonsense they are using. I'm a couple boy. Oko that's injustice. Oko tongole I'm a four botaye. I deflect ajo mi radiator ajo epo ajo oily tabati seto ase wa move I want to kickstart the vehicle of justice and they will move at a high speed and protect. They can't go anywhere again, and that is how you get justice. All those Ashiria or Mishimatu Uba me don't fake grandeur of delusion. Ego, and at the end of the day, they don't even know. They don't care. They want to destroy anybody that will bring justice for bad. If it is not coming through them, they don't care. They don't come and keep about the justice because they don't know why they are in it, and they know that they have nothing to lose. They can easily tell you if it's about the Yosito. With an activist or the human rights organization will see the clear pathway, but cobwebs or stumbling block, you have to remove them so that they will not keep dragging you back. So because you thought these people are genuine justice seekers, not knowing that they're just one bunch of cyber bullies and cyber stalkers. Someone here on justice well. How do you want? You have to put them in their place and then focus. You will now see that the government keep president only down. For us to have a baby Mosa and a collector. All of you go Arabu, a button below the TikTok here is how the presidency, the IG, the AIG, they would rationalize me, the judges, or do you never feel with me? That's how they see me because I'm here. Some people feel like fabiyi, they know me for what I stand for. All the nonsense that you're trying to push about my name. That's why you guys are not making any sense. The only difference is that I still believe in some set of people on this TikTok that are forthright, civilized, and classy. That's why I'm waiting around, I'm sticking around to say we'll work together on this same platform, not about to deliver justice. ọ̀nà ti léèyàn pa lórí áàpù tí ò ṣe tèèyàn kan áàpù tó yìnbó ni èèyàn kan wá fi ọ̀dọ̀ lé mi kúrò lórí áàpù tí mo ti sọ̀rọ̀ nobody can silence me kí ni wọ́n á create break the silence mo ní kẹ́ break the silence èmi yẹn lè wá fẹ́ pa dẹ́nu wọn lẹ́yìn ikú sáré o because I will never open my mouth to say junks must be based on something that is very substantial, and that is why I have been devising every means necessary to draw the right attention to this case. Not because I want to just, I don't do drama, I don't do nonsense. I don't want to go in, I don't want to go in a way Yomi, why are you trying to bring this government down? And that's why I'm doing everything to ensure that, sir, look at that angle, they're about to bring your government down that way. And I'm trying to ask politely, the justice should be done. Shall we be to support the criminals? There are criminal elements in government that they must not be known that they are doing this kind of criminality. So I want to collect of application coffee and position. I want to make better one now. I'm a better one.
Money every weekend, so I know the feet them my dog. I know the look what you listen. You then die in this way to go back. But if you worry, you know the body, no worry, it's only bit to carry. Baby, you're back, baby, my fair pie. But if you worry, you know the body, no worry, it's only bit to carry. Stop when my God, my fine.
J on the track.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming through. And now I would like to go into game break. I want to go into game break. Let's go into game break. So I'm going into game break. So I don't need the comment section like that. I got again.